Hello everybody. Wow, the news is coming through thick and fast these days. So just after I posted the video yesterday of Meghan spending lots of time at the ranch in Santa Barbara, I opened up my laptop again and there was the next tidbit of news. In the Sun yesterday it was revealed that Princess Eugenie and her husband Jack Brooksbank moved to Frogmore Cottage 2 weeks ago. It is reported that Harry and Meghan's possessions were hauled out of Frogmore Cottage in the dead of night to make way for its new occupants. Neighbours say that removal vans pitched up at night and cleared out the cottage. Before the move, gardeners were seen raking up leaves and getting the garden in good condition, and teams were seen airing out the home, which had been closed for 8 months. At the time, it was assumed that the house was made ready for a visit from Harry and Meghan, or maybe just Harry. However, when lights were spotted inside the cottage late one night, people got curious and soon discovered the reason behind it. As a source said, it was clear that workers were trying their best not to attract attention. So what does all of this mean? Firstly, I feel this is great news and something I actually mentioned before that should happen. Frogmore Cottage is a Grade 2 listed building and had since been refurbished at great cost, and it would have been a great shame and waste had it been allowed to remain vacant. The source who spoke to the Sun also said that Harry and Meghan did not fancy Frogmore for some reason, but that Eugenie and Jack are delighted with it. It also has the added bonus that it's only 4 miles away from Eugenie's parents, Andrew and Fergie's home, the Royal Lodge at Windsor Great Park. Eugenie and Jack will also be less than a mile away from Windsor Castle, where the Queen is spending lockdown with Prince Philip. Princess Eugenie, who's pregnant, will thus have no shortage of babysitters and supportive family once her and Jack's baby is born. Now, what does this tell us about Harry and Meghan? It clearly tells us that Harry and Meghan have no plans to return to England, and that they have no intention to live there as a family again. Which begs the question, why are they still the Duke and Duchess of Sussex then? And why wait until March 2021 for the titles to be removed or handed back? They contribute nothing to County Sussex, and it is obvious that they do not intend to spend time or contribute anything to Sussex in the future. But the Duke of Sussex is not the only title held by Harry. He is also the Earl of Dumbarton, a peerage of Scotland, and Baron Kilkeel, a title with a territorial link to Northern Ireland. Naturally, Harry is a prince by birth, and it is his birthright as son of the first in line to the throne to keep that title. No one, least of all me, have ever disputed that. However, the titles of Duke, Earl, and Baron come with specific territorial links to parts of the United Kingdom, and it is clear that he has no intention to return to the UK anytime soon. Thus, there is no reason why he should hold on to the titles, and it would only be proper that the titles be vacated and passed on to someone else. In June 2015, Harry was also knighted by his grandmother for services to the sovereign, and was appointed Knight Commander of the Royal Victorian Order. Harry's subsequent actions in abandoning his family and position is thus an even bigger slap in the face of the Queen and the royal family than we can ever contemplate. As you all know, Harry succeeded his grandfather, Prince Philip, as Captain General of the Royal Marines. But that is also not the only honorary military appointments Harry held. In May 2018, he was made Lieutenant Commander of the Royal Navy, Major of the British Army, and Squadron Leader of the Royal Air Force. All titles Harry had now effectively stepped back from. And that is not all. In August 2006, Harry also received the honorary appointment of Commander-in-Chief of Small Ships and Diving, and in October 2008, the Honorary Air Commandant of the RAF Honington. I find this very sad and difficult to even begin to understand how Harry could have walked away and turned his back on these magnificent honours. At this point, I experience a mixture of anger and sadness on behalf of the British people, the British military, the royal family, so much so that I'm not even willing to talk about Harry and Meghan's patronages. My personal feelings on Harry and Meghan being the President and Vice President of the Queen's Commonwealth Trust is well known to my older subscribers. But for the newer ones, I sincerely feel that those positions should be taken from them as soon as possible. The fact that they have made their political preferences clear and had openly spoken out about issues such as racism and abortion makes them unfit to hold those positions. So for the sake of my sanity and health, let's leave this alone for a while and go on to something else. How does this news about Eugenie and Jack moving to Frogmore reflect on my video of yesterday and the rumours that there is trouble in paradise in the relationship between Harry and Meghan? I think, in my opinion, so don't sue me, that it confirms the rumour more than it debunks it. If Harry had any hope of one day moving his family back to England, it is now clear that he had given up on that hope. However, handing over Frogmore certainly does not mean that Harry will never return to England. Harry lived in the two-bedroom Nottingham cottage before he married Meghan. He lived there since 2013. Nottingham Cottage is part of the Kensington Palace compound. It is said that Nottingham Cottage is snug and cosy and that Harry was very happy living there. In my opinion, though, it will be many years, if ever, before Harry will consider moving back to the UK. Harry now has his surrogate father, David Foster, and his surrogate mothers, Oprah and Mrs. Biden. And Harry, like a child, is currently completely enthralled with the celebrities in his life. I also think that he's fully aware that he had lost his popularity with and the respect of the British people. Harry is also now tied to contracts with Netflix. And then there's Archie. Regardless of whether I believe that Meghan did not give birth to Archie, I do believe that he carries Meghan and Harry's DNA. I also believe that Meghan will fight to her last breath not to allow Archie to go back to England, and not because she wants to be saddled with him, but to be one up on the royal family. Remember, Archie is her insurance and her meal ticket. We all know that Harry, being the blood royal, is actually the star attraction. So it would be my guess that Harry will settle in and will find his niche and carve out a living for himself, with or without Meghan. Remember, he has his friend Adele in the United States and was hobnobbing with celebrities long before Meghan was even a blimp on anyone's radar. Should all else fail, or Meghan wins their home and perhaps custody of the kid in a divorce, Harry has friends all over the world and could very well spend time in different countries. It is also my opinion that as all these royal privileges, homes, and titles start dropping away one by one, that Meghan will become less and less interested in Harry, and that he or them, making it obvious now that they will not return to England, will hurry the process along. So folks, that is my opinion on Harry and Meghan now officially vacating Frogmore. And although the media is telling us that they handed the keys over to Eugenie and Jack and they now have a private arrangement that they may be renting it to Eugenie and Jack, I have my doubts. I think these last few stints they pulled had pushed the royal family over the edge. And I think there is a very good chance that the royal family is now fighting back and had probably evicted them from Frogmore Cottage. But that is my opinion, and like I said, don't sue me for it. Anyway, we will keep our ears to the ground on more developments in this saga and will bring it to you as soon as we can. So now, I just want to thank all of you for returning to my channel. Thank you for all your wonderful comments. Thank you for all your support. And thank you for sticking it out with me. So, I'll be back soon enough. As I said, exams are over. I do have some other work, but as we're approaching Christmas, even my other work is falling away slowly but surely. So, I'll be back soon. Take care of yourselves. Thank you, and bye.